HarperCollins and Harper Audio present Great Escapes, Nazi Prison Camp Escape by Michael Burgan, edited by Michael Teitelbaum, performed by Josh Horowitz. Chapter 1. The First Try. On a summer morning in 1942, Bill Ash joined the other prisoners trudging across the sandy ground toward a small concrete building. The men were being held at a German prisoner of war POW camp called Stalag Luft III. Now, they were supposed to take their weekly hot shower, but Ash and his friend Paddy Barthrop had other plans. Ash had arrived at Stalag Luft III just a few weeks before, in early June. The camp, located outside Sagan, Germany, was built in April of that year, and the Germans considered it escape-proof. We'll see about that, Ash had thought when he first heard that claim. To Ash and most of the other prisoners, trying to escape was part of their duty as military officers. There was no other choice. Ash was not planning to spend the rest of the war rotting in this place. He had decided his weekly shower was going to give him a chance to win his freedom. "Are you ready?" Ash whispered to Barthrop, who walked next to him. The blonde-haired pilot nodded. He and Ash had arrived at Stalag Luft III together, and now they would leave together, if their escape went according to plan. The two friends had traveled different paths to end up together as prisoners of war. Barthrop, the son of a wealthy British family, had joined Great Britain's Royal Air Force, the RAF, before the war began. Ash, a poor 24-year-old Texan, had volunteered to fight, first for Canada, then for the British once the war broke out. Despite their different backgrounds, Ash knew that he and Barthrop had a lot in common. They both loved the thrill of flying fighter planes at more than 350 miles per hour. They both hated the Nazis, who had taken control of Germany, and the war they had started to try to take over most of Europe. And perhaps most importantly, the two were ready to risk their lives rather than let the Nazis keep them imprisoned. Ash kept his head down as he followed the other prisoners into the concrete building. They showered together, standing in a large open space under the faucets that lined the wall. The Germans gave the men a short burst of water, time to soap up, and then a second blast of water to rinse. Ash and Barthrop joined the others in taking off their clothes. But instead of taking a shower, while the guards waited outside, the two men made their way to a trap door in the floor. The door led to a small space that contained the valves for turning off the main water supply to the showers. Ash had noticed the door several weeks earlier, and it gave him an idea. "We can hide in that space beneath the trap door," he had told Barthrop. "The other men can distract the goons so they can't get a good head count after the shower. That way, they won't miss us while we hide. Then, at night, we can sneak out of the shower building, cut the barbed wire, and run to freedom." Fearing escape attempts, the German guards, called goons by the prisoners, always counted the number of prisoners both before and after each shower to make sure no one was missing. "I like it," Barthrop had said with a nod. "But will the escape committee?" Because the prisoners of Stalag Luft III had plenty of free time and opportunities to meet, they had the chance to create a committee to review any escape plan. These officers had to give their okay for the plan to go forward. If the committee approved, they helped the men with food, maps, and other supplies. When Ash and Barthrop told the committee about their plan, the officers agreed to support it. Now, Ash and Barthrop had to put their plan into action. They knew escaping would not be easy. The Germans built Stalag Luft III in an isolated spot, as far as possible from neighboring Poland, so no one there could help an escaping prisoner. Two separate barbed wire fences surrounded
Sample complete. Ready to continue?